Welcome to Service Please with Alex Galanis and Kevin Morrison, two former restaurant owners who now just sit around and bitch about the industry. We hope you like what you hear. Have a good laugh along the way and maybe learn a few things too. Kevin, how you doing today?
Great, Alex. Thanks for asking.
Huh? You bet. I kind of feel obligated because
I've had a
you're
day
right there.
already.
You've had a day already. What happened?
I've had just trying to talk to restaurant owners and managers and,
What's the
you know,
what's
put it nicely. I don't like, let's just not bullshit each other. It's just the tough business, man. It hit me today. Owners are just inundated with bullshit marketing material, bullshit people like me calling, trying to take their money, sales, sales, sales. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm done. I just want to talk to people.
what do you mean you just want to talk to people?
I was trying to be the sales guy and I'm not. And I'm my coach. I have a coach to teach me how to coach. And day one, he's like, what's your biggest problem? I said, I hate sales. I suck at it. And he's like, we'll change that. Fucking a year later, I still hate sales and I still suck at it. So it's just was like, hey man, I just pick up the phone call or send emails. I'm like, listen, here's what I'm doing. I promise you, I will not sell you shit because I'm not selling anything. Let's just talk. And I like that. I'm not making any money,
That's what I was just gonna say.
but I'm making it up in volume.
Not exactly paying the bills.
I'm going to go on the system.
You should just open up a little hot dog cart.
I love that business. Love the hot dog business.
You had that. You had a trailer, right?
I was supposed to have the taco cart that I pushed. That was supposed to be constructed first, and I don't know why there were delays, but it wasn't a food truck, it was a trailer. Yeah, like a 14-footer. That showed up first.
Yeah.
So that's how I started.
And you
With a cash register. No credit cards.
and you loved it.
Guess who was happy about that?
You loved the.
Your sister, who was the CFO.
Oh, I thought you were getting to like you were happy because of no fees and there's lots that goes with cash business.
I didn't care about fees. I just wanted to sell street tacos.
I think it's cool. All you care about at the end of the day is just you wanted to feed people and have a good time.
It was just so much easier then, dude. Ever since COVID, shit has just been hard.
But what made it so much easier when you just had the trailer or the food truck or the cart? What was it? A trailer? I forget. Sorry, it was a trailer.
Both. Well, the cart lasted a whole day. I started in Denver on the 16th Street Mall, and those of you that don't know the 16th Street Mall in Denver, it started out to be this really cool thing. A lot of shops, pedestrians only, foot traffic, no cars. They did have a bus that ran through there, the city bus. That was cool. It was cool. So I started doing down there, and I lasted one day because I had this homeless person come up to me. She said, "How much are your tacos?" And I said, $3. $3. I can get them for 99 cents on Federal. And this was like my first hour of business. And I thought to myself, I'm like, God damn, I quit my job at another company that I started to do this. I'm like, maybe I made a mistake.
Yeah, this is not a good sign on day one. Maybe I chose the wrong path.
No.
So you quit.
Thank God I didn't pay attention to shit then. I just I just want to sell tacos. Today I'd be like, oh my God, we got to do market surveys and demographic studies and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And so you had that for one day, and that was that. And then you got into the trailer.
Well, then my trailer finally got finished being manufactured.
And it was easier then.
Oh, yes. Opened the doors. I had 4 tacos on the menu. And it was perfect timing. Like a lot of it was dumb luck. It's not like I'm this, taco savant.
Oh.
It was good timing. We did the farmers market in Denver, in Cherry Creek, so it was a good farmers market. We did the South Pearl farmers market, which was awesome, and it was just I was all about service and or quality of food and better service. I mean, these people were getting like They couldn't believe the service. I'd come out of the taco trailer and talk to them and hand them their food. And I was doing like, like when you put food down in a restaurant, you describe what it is. I was doing this at a farmer's market, and dude, the tacos were on paper plates. And here's your asada and our carnitas, how we cook it, and
Yeah.
blah blah.
You had to.
they're like, dude, I just want my taco,
You were running
and
a.
here's some napkins.
You were running a full on chef's table at the farmers market.
When I look back, honestly,
Yeah.
it kind of was without like taking myself seriously because
Yeah.
I never do. But it was, yeah, it was cool. It was fun. People dug it. It
And
was fun.
when you ran that, how much of what you know now and what you coach did you use in the food truck?
Oh my God.
Menu costing, food costing, marketing. What did you do back then? Were you using all of it?
Honestly, I created 4 tacos. I had an idea of what they cost. And I'm like, nah, I can't charge that much. I'll charge a little bit less and let's see how it goes.
Huh.
And then like a couple weeks later, started paying attention to food cost. But in the beginning, it was like, dude, let's just open. And I was so nervous. I would literally, we'd get set up in like 10 minutes before we'd open. I'd go and go for a walk by myself and I'd throw up because I was so nervous about dealing with the public and ticket times. And
But you were in this industry for so long before this. Why would you get sick about it?
I was just so nervous. What if they don't like it? What if, what if I fail? I'm working like the plancha. What if I can't keep up with ticket times?
Well, the first
Yeah.
customer wasn't happy, so you
Yeah, right.
Right?
She wasn't happy.
so it's like first customer already wasn't going well.
No, now, back then it was like, well, okay. Nowadays it'd be like, how do we win her back? And at the end of the day, you don't win them back. So I should just go back and stop overthinking shit.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I have a question for you.
Hopefully I know the answer.
It's more like an opinion.
I have a lot of those, bro. I'm American. I have a lot of those.
There is a thought I had years ago. Because, I got a little cranky.
You?
Yeah.
I mean, you named your restaurant. Can I say what you named your restaurant? Grouchies.
Yeah.
Like, how hospitable is that?
I kind of.
Grouchies, this is Alex. What do you want?
We didn't want to set the bar too high. So when they came in and it was half decent, they were like, that's pretty fucking good, actually. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have happy hour? No. What's there to be happy about? We have this hour doesn't suck.
These are great. That would be a great marketing hook for a restaurant. This hour
Right?
doesn't suck. Someone's going to use it. If anyone listening wants to use it,
I'm going to franchise
please
that.
do. And please tell
I'm
us if you
gonna,
did it.
Trademark it.
Anyway, here I want to go back to this concept. One thing that really gets me going is how airlines change their pricing so much depending what time of year it is and what time of day, what day of the week it is. Why can't restaurants do the same thing?
There's talk of it, believe it or not.
You're shitting me.
I think when it comes to that, I'm like the big F you, I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. I'm not going out. I'll just stay at home. Like, what do they call it? Surge pricing? Uber and Lyft, they do it.
I'll tell you what about it. I don't like it. I always thought, well, how come the airline gets to charge that much more money on a weekend or at Christmas time, but my food's the same cost? I'm not going to do that to people. But if that's what we're doing and if that's the way we're going, then okay, sure, fuck you. Why are they doing it and I'm not? And can you imagine the backlash you would get? Like, can you imagine?
Yeah.
I do that and then I go to the grocery store and everyone's just like, what the hell were you thinking? I went there on a Tuesday and it was $19. I went there on a Saturday, it was $32. What are you doing to us? Yeah. Anyways, I just always wondered if that was a possibility and how the world would take it. But you're saying there's talk of this.
There's talk of it. I heard talk of it last year. I don't think it went anywhere, thank God, and I hope it doesn't. I think with the industry, the airline industry, is we were just trained that way. You know, it's. I'm just curious to know, like, how much do their costs fluctuate throughout the year? Like with fuel, that's got to be their biggest expense, right? How much does that fluctuate from January to June? Maybe it does. I have no idea. Your labor's your labor. You know, granted, they have maintenance, they have landing and takeoff fees. Those don't change. So, what's the biggest fee? It's got to be fuel.
But
How much does that?
your groceries changed, didn't they? I mean, I don't get the same
Oh,
price.
yeah, our groceries change, but it's just not acceptable. At least it hasn't been in the restaurant industry. I mean, look at when Uber and Lyft first came out, their rates were their rates. And then they realized, holy shit, New Year's Eve, nobody wants a DUI? $30? Yeah, it's $60 now. What are you going to do? Not pay it? That's the problem is these companies know they can get away with it and they do it. Restaurants, I don't think they can get away with it, man.
They can't. There's
Maybe.
and I'm sure at some point someone's gonna try it and good, try it out. I kind of go back to your mindset. I'm just like, fuck you, I'm out. But
Yeah, I'll just stop going out.
don't you feel like that's not fair to restaurant owners? I find the restaurant industry is one of the hardest industries to be in. It is thankless and grueling, and you just get treated like shit a lot. I think I talked to you one time about this before, how when you walk into a restaurant, you walk in the front door and you get an instant credit approval, and we're just hoping that you're going to have enough money to pay your bills. And then you can just say, I don't like
Yeah,
it.
that's
You
funny.
can say, I don't like the food. I
Yeah.
don't. And so it's a really tough industry to be in. And then you're fighting for these margins. And if they could have a way to have a win and have these people that you talk about not barely getting by,
42 in the US.
42%.
42 in the US operating at a loss money in 2025. Canada was 41% operating at break even or a loss. So I don't know how many operate as a loss percentage wise.
So what's like if they do that, people are going to turn their back on them and say, "Well, go to hell." Like you said, I'll just cook it at home, or I'll get something cheaper. But it's tough. I don't really have a point. I guess it's just like, I guess I feel for the restaurant industry because I was in it for so long. Going back to the trailer, if you took that same mentality into a restaurant, even just today, 2026, I would imagine that you're not going to last. The restaurant's going to fail in no time.
Doing the basics pre-COVID, it is so different now. Like the basics now, the basics before COVID, open, sign a lease, how much is rent? Yeah, I think I can afford it. Okay, put this on the menu. Cost, you still got to cost it out or having a rough idea. You could be a very average operator pre-COVID and still have your prime cost below 60%. And just so I clarify this, prime cost is your COGS, your cost of goods sold. So everything it costs, obviously, to make a food or to make a cocktail, and your labor. That's prime cost. Industry standards for a full service restaurant is 60%.
Yep.
Full service, you come in, the host seats you, a server comes up, whereas fast casual is you go and order at the counter.
Yep.
The difference between fast casual and fast food is honestly, it's the quality of food and the quality of service.
Yeah, it's pretty marginal, between the fast food and fast casual. I know fast casual was a big deal when I was in the States visiting.
Yeah. Oh, it was. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, it's interesting now. A lot of full service restaurants are looking to take their concepts and tweak them to fast casual. I just sold my restaurants in October, but we were actually looking at that for one of them because labor is so high. Pre-COVID, you could open up, and you could run great numbers. I mean, I still I have my P&Ls here from like 15 years ago. We were doing like 50 to 55% prime cost, and this was my full service restaurant. Just by opening the doors and turning on the fryer or the plancha. Nowadays, you got to be doing budgets, theoretical food cost, digital marketing, declining budgets, sales forecasting, menu engineering. That is like entry level to get in. That's like Annie to get in the game.
Okay, so you're telling me that every restaurant out there right now is doing that?
That's the problem. They're not doing great operators. Great operators are doing it. I see great operators and they're still struggling to get to low 60s.
How many of those restaurants are going to make it?
Well, there's making it, which is just surviving and paying the bills and honestly owning a job. There are so many independent operators and probably some franchisees too that just own a job. And I'm not saying it like well, it sounds kind of negative how I said it. I don't mean it to be negative. If that's what you want, great. But if you want to own a business that you don't have to be there 50, 60, 70 hours a week and you want to have multiple locations or even one location, you have to get shit in place. You have to have what I call a foundation. You have to have systems. You have to have accountability.
Yeah.
You just can't wing it. So interesting. Alberta Hospitality Association confirmed in 2025, 41% of restaurants and bars in Canada in 2025 operated at break even or less. It's going to be harder this year because just prices have gone up. If they don't make adjustments, if the operator doesn't change something and run off the same formula as they did last year, that number is going to grow.
Yeah.
They have to make a change. In the United States, I just got the numbers today in an email from National Restaurant Association in DC. 42% of restaurants lost money last year. So I Googled how many restaurants in the United States. Let's just say it's 700,000 restaurants. 42% said they lost money in 2025.
It's scary to look at like the number,
Scary as
the number
shit.
you come like what you're telling me. The number is insane because I know firsthand how much work it is to run a restaurant and to put it together. And you do all that, and you have all the liability, and then boom.
I love the industry. I have a love-hate relationship with it.
Yeah.
I love it, and there's days I obviously hate it. Even when I was the owner, right? There's days I'm like, God, hot water heater, 18 grand.
Don't you love how everything in a restaurant breaks on the weekend?
Yeah. I think I told you this story before. So the seafood restaurant, wood-fired grill.
Love the wood fire
I don't-
grill. That thing's so cool.
Oh my God. Yeah. You could do any concept in the world off of a wood-fired grill. We set off the hood system, you know? We set it off in 10 years, we set it off 4 times. Guess what night it was? Every time was on a Friday night.
Supposed to be. I've got a buddy in the
Looks like-
industry. He owns a Cilantro and Chive, a location in Lacombe and one in Red Deer. But one day I saw him. He was on the roof of one of his restaurants in Red Deer, snow everywhere. Up there, took a selfie, and his makeup area unit was having problems. Classic. And he made a comment how it's shit always breaks on a Friday or sorry, on a weekend.
Right.
And I was like, Riley, I feel bad for you, but holy shit, I feel better knowing it doesn't just happen to me.
No, right. I had a restaurant that failed. We opened out of state and I thought I had my shit together. We had systems in place, blah, blah, blah. Opened out of state. Didn't happen.
You opened out of state. What do you think the biggest reason was that it didn't work?
It was people, starting with me. I'm honestly, I'm the one to blame. I should have went out there for at least 6 months and lived it like I did when I opened on day one, and been there. I'm a big believer. Like I should have been there 24/7 for 6 months at a minimum. I didn't do it. I failed.
You think that you just got too excited with the thought of, oh shit, if we could bring in even half this money from this restaurant in that location, look at all the money that's going to come in. Did you get your eyes on the prize? Is that what happened?
No, we did a shitload of pre-opening training. I flew, I think, 4 people out from Colorado. We opened in Arizona, in Phoenix. I think I flew 4 or 5 people out for 2 weeks at a
Yeah.
time, hotels. I mean, pre-training, crazy
Yeah.
pre-training. We were ready to go. Within 6 months, fired our GM, fired our bar manager, my head chef OD'd, and my sous chef quit because he was best friends with the head
Oh
chef.
my,
In 6 months.
that's a tough go.
Then I promoted, then our guy who we had a director of beverage, and he was out there, and I promoted him to GM. Loved the dude to death, love him to this day, but at that time, he shouldn't have been a GM. And that was all on me.
Yeah.
He did everything I asked of him. And I didn't support him how I should have. So I can't blame anybody but me.
Yeah. It's nice to hear you take ownership of it, even though it just sucks.
Oh.
Understand that, look in the mirror. Where are these problems coming from? You're dealing with that right now, all the time with these people you're talking to. I hope that more and more of them realize, holy shit, it doesn't have to be this way. That's all.
No, and it's funny because I get asked a lot, like, what do you think the biggest problem with restaurants is?
Mm-hmm.
And my first and only answer is the owner. And I have so many friends. I mean, I've been doing this for 40 plus years. It's like, dude, get out of your own way.
Yeah.
It's okay to say, I don't know. The best owners I see are the ones who want to keep learning and keep getting better. They're I'm not going to mention any names, but I had a call with a guy, or not a call, but an email. I'm just so pissed because it's like, I don't need any advice. And I thought to myself, well, first off, F you. I don't give advice for one thing, because who the hell am I? I'm just, hey, would you mind taking the survey? And it kind of lets people know.
Yep.
I wish I had a survey when I was coming up. I mean, I try to be pretty thorough with it, and it's a questionnaire about what you currently have in place to get to double-digit profits. It goes over everything: finances, menu engineering, service, systems, loans, social media.
Did you reach out to this person, or did he reach out to you and then eventually say,
I reached out to him. He was in my network, and I hit delete. It's like, F you, dude. I'm sorry. Hey, man, the older I get, the less patience I have for assholes and egotistical pricks.
Yeah. Tell me a bit about menu engineering.
Menu engineering is taking a dish, pizza margherita. First of all, it's building out a recipe. You got to build out your recipe for your dough, right? Yep. So you have all those ingredients and you cost that out. Then you have to build out the recipe for the pizza margherita. It's a 7-ounce dough ball, 3 ounces of sauce, 3 ounces of cheese, 1 tablespoon extra virgin olive oil, whatever.
Yeah.
It comes out, some basil. That costs $2.23. I'm just throwing out numbers here. So that's your theoretical food cost. Your menu price. That's another part of menu engineering. The profit margin between whatever it costs to make, whatever you sell it for. That's more important than food cost, because so many operators and chefs get caught up in food costs, lower food costs, lower food costs, lower food costs. It's not the case. I would rather have a higher food cost. Let's say the pizza margherita costs $2 to make. You sell it for $10. You're making $8. That's 20% food cost. 20% food cost is awesome. I would rather have it cost $3 and charge, have a worse food cost, but be making $12 a pizza instead of $8. It's all about the money. It's all about the dollars. Yep. You take dollars to the bank, not percentages. Okay. Then you have your product mix. We call it P mix. How many do you sell? Then at the end of the month, you have your actual food cost. So if your theoretical food cost is, let's say, 20%, but your actual is 24%, you're losing 4%. That's the number you have to manage every day. Why are we losing money? Why not losing money? Why are we losing percentages? Why is there a delta of 4%? Are we overportioning? Is it waste? Who knows? People say I don't have theft. every restaurant in the world has theft. One way or another, there's theft.
In that gap, in that 4% gap, that variance, will it ever get to zero?
You've owned restaurants. What are the odds of that happening?
Not. I usually come in there.
Yeah,
We would come in there and shop and go and get some steak and we need a bottle of wine, and then we would do that, and then sometimes we just forget to tell our food and beverage manager, who her name's Tiffany.
right.
Oh shit, Tiffany. Yeah, we forgot. Oh yeah, sorry about the variance this month. We took $200 worth of ribeyes and 3 bottles of wine because we
Right.
had some people over one night. We didn't have time to go to the store.
Oh, owning a
I didn't
restaurant.
do it all the time, and I wasn't one of those owners. I mean, I was probably one of those owners to some degree.
Owning a restaurant was the best grocery and liquor store in the world.
Oh, I agree.
You know, like my seafood joint was closed on Sundays and Mondays. So sometimes I'd go in there on a Sunday. It's like, oh, we're gonna have mussels tonight, some grilled oysters. Ooh, we have whole bass.
Eat like
I
kings.
felt bad about it,
Yeah.
but I still did it.
Hey, there's got to be some perks,
Right?
right? There has to be perks, man. Come on.
The biggest downfall I see with operators today, they don't know their theoretical food costs.
Yeah.
I always use the same analogy. It's like going on a road trip in your car and your gas gauge doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you know how far you're going without knowing how much gas is in the
I
tank?
mean, I guess eventually.
How do you know?
Eventually, it's going to stop.
How do you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
How do you know how much to charge for that pizza margarita? How do you know how much profit it's making you?
Why do you call it a pizza margarita, not a margarita pizza?
I'm American. Margarita pizza?
So you're saying pizza margarita. So if you wanted a pizza that has ham and pineapple on it, what's that called?
Who puts ham and pineapple on a pizza?
Dude, I can't stand it.
I'll be honest with you. I had it once. It's pretty good.
No,
One of my kids likes
I don't
it.
like it. So
It's pretty
so
good.
if you call the pizza joint, you're gonna order, hey, can I get a pizza margarita and a pizza Hawaiian? Or do you say a Hawaiian pizza?
You call it Hawaiian pizza.
Why do you go that way?
Yep. Now you got me thinking about it. I do pronounce it wrong.
No, there's nothing wrong with how you say it.
Maybe I'm not as good as a coach as what I
This
thought.
this is why nobody wants to talk to you.
Maybe.
This guy doesn't even
Fucking guy doesn't know the difference between pizza margarita and margarita pizza.
doesn't even
He's going to teach me menu engineering, or is it engineering the menu?
This is gonna help you.
Did we have a breakthrough?
We had a breakthrough. Yeah.
Hey, I don't need another shrink in my life, man. Charge $200 an hour to say I'm a loser.
I clearly have a soft spot in my heart for restaurants, and one thing that I also find very challenging as an owner is to navigate bad reviews. And they are personal. Every vibe, every napkin, that you chose, the cutlery you chose, the cups you put your drink into, the cocktail glasses, everything is so a representation of you, and so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
really hard to not take it personal.
I'll tell you what, speaking of bad reviews, I was working at this place in Denver. I was the sous chef, and our head chef, David Steinman, he used to own his own restaurant. He said he got a bad review. I'm like, fuck, how do you deal with that? Like, it's so personal. He read the review, and this was back in the day when they came out on paper, newspaper. Yeah. He read the review, and he put the newspaper down. Later that night, he read it again. The next day he read it, and then 3 days later, that's when he sat down and said he looked for the truth in that review.
Yeah.
But it was like 72 hours later. And I'm like, dude, how do you do that? Like, I'd be one of like, who wrote this? I'm gonna track you down, blah blah blah. Yeah. You don't like my polenta?
In this portion of our show, we'd like to talk about a review that I found, and I really like going through them. And then, you know what? I feel like a rat because I go and find these reviews, I go and I search for things and then I filter by 1 star. And so I'm just looking for the bottom of the barrel.
I used to date like that.
How did it work for you?
I'm single.
Okay, here we go. Heron food. Terrible experience. Me and my friends dined, and there was a hare in his food. And we asked the underaged, 11 years old maybe, waiter, that we had lost our appetite due to the incident, and they never tend about our complaint, and it was just disgusting. Service wasn't near good at all. The only issue I have with this review, and I might do another one, the only issue I have with this review is I used to be that 11-year-old waiter. That's,
Well,
but that's, I feel bad because
you were. I mean, I know where you're talking
I
about.
know.
You were. There's nothing wrong with. I'm sorry, man. There's nothing wrong if you're the owner and your 11-year-old's working the floor or the kitchen, and if that's how you do it, man.
hey, that's how they're not going to fail.
Yeah, they're the ones hitting 60% prime cost because they're not paying labor.
Making the kids do the work. That was me though. Okay. Here is another one. This one irked me. Okay. Next review. Called No Dogs Allowed. 2 out of 5 stars.
Oh, I guess I'm not bringing my date in.
I thought you didn't date like that anymore.
Is it 2 for 1? Not a shitty hour yet. No dogs. Sorry, Suze. We got to stay home tonight. I'll cook. Sorry, babe.
No dogs allowed.
This segment's going well.
Staff not friendly, and the patio stated no dogs, so we didn't eat here. No excuse for no dogs at a patio. We won't be going back. We heard the food was good. I get so frustrated with that because they're not even reviewing the food at all, but they're talking about the no dogs on the patio, which that's a really heated topic because I have a lot to say about that. I can't have leashes like going this way and going this way and dogs jumping out when we're carrying all this stuff. So it's a really, really hot topic. And maybe I'm not looking at it the right way.
The only thing I can say, it's stupid. It's not a review. It's your opinion.
But it's going to hurt the,
Like if you want to,
it'll hurt now. It'll hurt the rating of the restaurant, right?
it'll ding the rating. What they get, 2 out of 4, 2 out of 5. Yeah, it might be a health department thing that there's no dogs in the patio. I have no idea. You know who?
It's not.
No.
No,
Okay.
this really got me going when it happened. Is the health department, I'm going to say this was 4 or 5 years ago, said, oh, dogs, if the restaurant wants dogs, they're allowed to now, but it's up to the restaurants to develop their own policy. And I was like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, that I hate. I
Like,
hate
come
that.
on. Like, so now you're pitting us against each other.
I mean, I get why owners wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you bring your dog in. What if your dog is like barking constantly or not good on the leash and screwing around and shitting everywhere or peeing? It's like, I don't want to sit there and enjoy my meal with my gorgeous date. And your dog shit next to my table. It's all right.
You know what this,
Don't go back.
you know what the assumption is?
Don't go online and like rip on them when it's not even a review.
The assumption is that all dogs are behaved, and they're not. I stopped running this way I have a path that I used to do for a year, and I stopped going because it's by a dog path and dog park. And there's one dog that came at me a couple times, and then one time ran up to me and nipped me on my hip. And
Jeez.
And then Marley and I went running another time, and the same dog came running up to us and just about scared the shit out of Marley.
Irresponsible.
So that's what I look at, right? So it's like, okay, well,
yeah.
how do we know your dog's trained? Just because you have a dog and you're taking it out doesn't mean it's trained, because that dog should not be acting that way, right? Off leash. And so you can't trust that every dog's going to be just well behaved and quiet on a patio. And for that, I don't think it's fair to rip people apart because just because you have an opinion that you want your dog to be there doesn't mean it can't happen, right? They're not all going to be so well
Right.
behaved. Recapping what we talked about today, it kind of sounds doom and gloom, when we sit here and share our experiences. But there's hope. I could easily go and just always talk about the bad things that have happened and just rant and be grumpy, but I think it's healthy to share experiences and let people know that you're not alone. I mean, if they have things out there that they'd like us to comment on or talk about or share their experience, get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. Invite you into this if you're interested in joining one of our episodes. But I think my goal for this is just letting people know that we're at the point where we can have some more fun with it. We still know what we're talking about. We have lots to offer, lots to say. And I used to always tell our staff, I said, there's going to be problems every day that come at you. And the differences between those who do well and those who don't well is how you handle the problems. Because it's a choice you have to make, right? You can freak out. You can be grumpy about it. You can mope around, or you can say, fuck, that sucked. Now, what are we going to do about it? And that is so easy for me to say now because I'm in a better place, but it was hard on me. So I hope that people get something out of our, random bullshit conversations. They find something relatable and they go, okay.
Yeah, because you know how it is when you're in it at the moment, man, you think, shit, I'm the only one with this problem. And then you hear someone else has it and it's like, oh, I feel better. Yeah, I think restaurant owners need to stop looking for that big win. Like their prime cost is at 72 and they want it to 62. Don't try to get it to 62 overnight. Start at 72, be happy, get it down to 70, and then 68. Take the little wins. Little wins over time they're just easier.
Thanks for chatting with me again today, Kevin. I look forward to doing more of it. Hoping to hear from you guys out there listening. Share your stories with us. Let's have some fun. And thanks for joining us on this new journey of ours. And hopefully we say something interesting in the midst of all this jibber jabber.
And Suze, if you're listening, I'm sorry. You're not a dog. You're not a 2 or 3. You're a 6'7".
Fuck.
Dude, if my kid does that one more time, I'm going to kick his ass.